Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 6 of an Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood Collections walkthrough. We came here to Gideon to protect the counselors. The counselors are being murdered by the Dark Brotherhood. And as we got in here, we found a poster for a job. There's somebody who wants help here in this inn. So we're going to go ahead in here and see what she wants.
Right. So if that's north, that means... Wait, that's not right. Oh, more was mercy. A little help, anyone? Are you from around here? Sorry, I'm not familiar with Gideon and... Wait, are you here because of my flyers? Thank Ruptka. Call me Yusara. I'm here on a thrilling, inspirational journey, and I could really use a sturdy companion.
What sort of assistance do you need?
I'm an author. Aspiring, really. I've penned a few romance novels, but they all lack, what's the word? Authenticity, yes. So, I resolved to get out into the world and find my muse. Now, here's the exciting part. I found it in Castle Giovesse.
You found your romantic muse in a crumbling castle?
Yes. Well, not exactly. A tragic affair played out there years ago, and love-struck spirits still haunt the castle. I acquired a magic lantern that allows me to speak to the ghosts. But you know, ghosts. I need you to ward off the angrier spirits.
Okay, I'll help you with your investigation.
Thank you for agreeing to accompany me. With your help, my next romance novel will be a masterpiece. Here, take the lantern. Now, fair warning, I've never actually used it, but I heard a ghostly woman wanders the city gardens. We can test it there.
Okay, what can you tell me about this enchanted lantern?
Well, I can tell you it's alien in origin. It's, it's quite lovely, and it lets you talk to ghosts.
How?
Oh, that's easy. You just sort of jiggle it, or something. Look, I'm an impulse buyer, but I'm certain it will work. The orc I bought it from is a very reputable dealer. The ghost won't be able to resist its glow. You'll see.
So, you're a writer?
Yes. Well, I fancy myself one at any rate. My novels receive mixed reviews, but romance is a tough genre, you know? All those stuffy critics want is highbrow, elf in a parlor broods over losing his father's fortune type stuff. What a snooze.
Why romance, if you don't mind me asking?
Because I'm a romantic, you silly. I mean, sure, I've never been in a really serious relationship, but let's be honest. Tales of people settling into stable marriages and living happy, fulfilling lives don't sell. People want passion, danger.
And you think we'll find both in Castle Giovesse?
Oh, yes, maybe too much. Castle Giovesse has a long, tragic history. You've read Carlo Vochtownway's 2920 series, right? If not, you absolutely must. If I could write something half as satisfying, it would be a dream come true.
What do you know about this tragic affair you mentioned before?
Only the basics. My great-great-grandmother lived in Gideon for a time before immigrating back to Sentinel, and she brought back all kinds of stories. Some joyful, but most tragic. I just wish I could have met her before she passed to the far shores.
So what's the story?
Oh, you know, star-crossed lovers, murder, betrayal, that sort of thing. But like I said before, I'm done with those tired old cliches. I want facts. That's why we're going straight to the source.
What makes you think any of it's true?
My great-great-grandmother may have embellished a bit. What storyteller doesn't? But every tale she told had some seed of truth to it. And after speaking to the people here in Gideon, I'm certain I'm onto something. You'll see. Just you wait.
Okay. So this is saying to go to the city gardens. Depending on where that is, we may actually go. Here's a nice musician playing a lute here. So, should we go to the city gardens or... the Counciler is closer, so let's go to this way shrine first. And and unlock it so we don't have to walk all the way back here later. Who is this? Alright.
Again? Look, I've got just as much right to stand here as anyone else. If those scantily clad Debellites want me to leave, you tell them to come out here and say it to my face.
Debellites? What are you talking about?
You're not one of their sanctified bullies? That's a relief. Call me Faric. I came to Gideon to clear my family's name, but the loose-robed fanatics in the Dibalacium want to run me off. Started with dirty looks. Now I'm getting threats.
What exactly are the Dibella worshippers trying... Why exactly are the Dibella worshippers trying to get rid of you?
They think my Grana Cerise murdered their high priest decades ago. It's not true, and I mean to set the record straight. Might take a little snooping around, but the evidence is here. I know it. Want to lend a hand? Don't have much, but I can pay.
Sure, I'll help with your investigation.
Thanks for the help. Not easy for Gemains to make friends around here. The Dibellites use that manse in the center of town as their Dibalacium. Sort of a consecrated love nest. There's proof of Grana's innocence in Gideon. We'll find it there.
Okay, tell me more about this murder.
Like I said, the victim was one of the Dibellites' high priests. A woman named Rolaine. This was 60 years ago, mind. But my grandfather tells me the locals worshiped the ground she walked on. Thought she was a prophet, or something near to it.
And the people blamed your grandmother for her death?
Aye. My Grana Cerise was Rolaine's flower bearer. Followed her everywhere she went. When a heap of treasure went missing and Rolaine vanished, Grana was the prime suspect. No one could prove it, of course, since they never found her.
Your grandmother disappeared?
Like wood smoke in a windstorm, and without breathing a word to my Grandpa Lier. Way Grandpa tells it, neither of them would so much as visit the Lou without telling the other where they were headed. But the locals wouldn't listen.
What happened to your grandfather?
These damned zealots rallied half the city. Gathered up torches and shovels and ran him and my father out of town with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Even outside of Gideon, the rumors followed him. We haven't had a moment's peace since.
Alright, you said you're not from around here. Where did you travel from?
Bravo. Took an awful long time, what with the Three Banners War and all. But I made it, and I'm not leaving till I settle this once and for all.
Is it that important? Why come all this way to solve a 60-year-old crime?
Might have happened yesterday for all these people care. Nobody holds a grudge like you Imperials. No offense.
Yeah.
If your name is Gemain, you're just lower than dirt. I had a son a couple years back. He's already catching it on the chin. He's 2.
Yeah, us Imperials are not all alike, just so you know. So you think clearing Cerise's name will earn you an apology?
An apology? I'm not that naive. I'm a carpenter by trade. I'll settle for people not hiding my tools and splitting my sawhorses 6 times a month. It's about respect. To oblivion with the rest.
Do you have any evidence your grandmother was innocent?
Well, not exactly. For now, I can say I have good reason to think there's more to the story. I'll know more once we look around their makeshift Temple of Dibella, and I'll feel much better about doing that having you with me.
Alright. Okay, so we got 3 jobs now, 3 clients we're working for. We should be able to make lots of money in this town. I'm gonna go on over here and warn Vandacia about the Dark Brotherhood.
I demand you deal with the criminal post-haste.
Your guards did their job, Counciler Vandacia. The prisoner is secure.
And what's this? More assassins? Explain yourself immediately. One attempt on my life today is more than enough. If you're another one of those Dark Brotherhood bastards, I assure you, you won't find either myself or Governor Keshu to be easy prey.
I am no assassin. Councilor Leviticus sent me to warn you. He wants you to go to Leowin.
Warn me? As always, Leviticus offers too little and too late. I received the letter, same as the other counselors. My personal guard took the threat seriously, and we captured the assassin in the act.
Really?
But what of my esteemed colleagues? Are they safe?
Councilors Jirik, Sophus, and Abor were murdered. They're all dead.
Dead? All 3 of them? This is unimaginable. Pharaoh Lupus's letter suggested the Longhouse Emperors left behind a secret that would prove to be a threat. But I thought he was just being melodramatic. Has Leviticus determined what this is about?
The secret concerns the 4 ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. We're examining old records to learn more.
4 ambitions? Never heard of them. How could something I know nothing about make me a target of the Dark Brotherhood? It's got to be a mistake. You must question the prisoner. Get him to confess and reveal the truth of this sordid affair.
All right, I'll question the prisoner. Where are you holding them?
Governor Keshu locked the prisoner in the holding cell in the courthouse basement. Question the villain and find out why the Dark Brotherhood is trying to wipe out anyone who was part of the Imperial Elder Council. I'll head for Leowin afterward.
You really don't have any idea what the secret of the Longhouse Emperors pertains to?
I wish there was something I could tell you. The letter I received suggested that some old council business was the cause of all this. Why the Dark Brotherhood would be interested in such menial affairs, I'm not sure. I'm completely baffled.
In your work with the Elder Council, you never heard anything about the ambitions?
As I said, I never heard the term. The Longhouse Emperors were enamored of secrets and code words, though. Perhaps I encountered it, but it was called something else. If you think it might be important, ask the assassin when you interrogate him.
I will. How long did you serve on the Imperial Elder Council? Uh-oh. It's not working. It's like I've lost connection or something.
Keshu locked the prisoner in the holdings. I wish there was something I could... As I said, I never heard the term. I'm not sure how relevant my ancient history is, but I was appointed to the Elder Council by Emperor Durkarach himself. I helped guide the Empire through most of the reign of the Longhouse Emperors.
In all that time, you never heard anything about the ambitions?
Sadly, my role in guiding the Empire often put me at odds with the Emperors. I was rarely privy to their secrets. I'm afraid I can't shed any light on that particular mystery.
You mentioned Governor Keshu.
Keshu the Black Fin. War hero, progressive Argonian, and governor of our fair city of Gideon. I serve as an advisor and bureaucrat. Nothing more. I have deep roots in Gideon, so I try to do my part to keep the wheels of government turning.
I understand. How did you manage to survive the attack and also capture your assassin?
My personal guard is dedicated and well-trained. Not to mention lucky. I was nearing the courthouse when the assassins sprang from the shadows. My guards reacted instantly and overpowered the villain. We brought them here, and Keshu locked them away.
All right. And this is the famed Keshu here.
Why is this the first I am hearing of a threat against the former members of the Elder Council? I should have been alerted to this the moment it came to light. The Chamber of Legates and the Ivory Brigade are usually quicker to share information.
Councilor Leviticus and Captain Rianne sent me to warn Vandacia and get him to go to Leowin Castle.
A prudent precaution. Leowin Castle can be better defended than anything we have here in Gideon. Still, without accurate intelligence, my Blackfin Legion is like the watchmen patrolling at night without a lantern. Enthusiastic, but ineffective.
Okay, so who are you exactly?
I am Keshu, called the Blackfin. The people of Gideon elected me as their governor. It is my honor to serve them. Prior to this, I traveled the world as a mercenary and helped establish the Ebonheart Pact. I even fought in the war for a time.
So, Gideon is part of the Ebonheart Pact?
Not at all. I gave up my commission. I seek to build an advanced Saxleal society. A more inviting and vibrant culture that embraces our past glory while retaining our current outlook on the world. Gideon is the beginning of that experiment.
Well, I'm glad you're not part of the Ebonheart Pact, but Gideon isn't an Argonian city.
I learned the benefits of an integrated society during my travels. Gideon is open to anyone who wants to live in peace and contribute to my dream. All are welcome here. Someday, Gideon will serve as the gateway to Black Marsh.
Gateway?
My dream is that Gideon will one day connect all of the isolated Argonian settlements with a larger world. A center of learning, diplomacy, and culture. We have a long way to go and many hurdles to overcome, but we will get there. Eventually.
Okay, so who is the Blackfin Legion?
The legion I commanded, both when I was a mercenary and when I fought for the Ebonheart Pact. When I retired, a contingent of my soldiers came with me. Now they protect Gideon from bandits, hostile Argonian tribes, and other threats.
So why haven't you questioned the prisoner yet?
I only locked the prisoner in the cell a few moments ago. I was trying to get more details out of Counciler Vandacia when you entered the courthouse. Since you're working for Captain Rian, I will allow you to interrogate the prisoner.
Good. What can you tell me about the prisoner?
Not much. Vandacia and his guards brought him in. It was unusual, though. The man was calm, confident, completely at ease. Not a hint of worry or concern. Like the rabbit that knows it is faster than the wolf. I suggest you be careful with that one.
All right. I know the Dark Brotherhood's not anybody to play with. He's probably got something up his sleeve. Alright, so where's the prisoner? Down here.
The cell door is open. What happened here?
Of course.
Put something on the lock. Hit me. And escaped.
I knew the prisoner seemed too calm given the severity of the situation. Examine the lock and see what you can determine. Some sort of acid ate right through the lock. Look, there's more of it on the floor.
It's like a trail of acid.
Thanks for the help. Not easy for Gemain's...
No, I don't want to talk to you. They're going to tell me to follow the trail, right?
Dripping acid. Sloppy, but it leaves a trail you should be able to follow easily enough. I shan't leave Gideon until you have the assassin once again in custody.
The prisoner used some sort of acid to disable the lock.
Okay, yeah, follow the trail.
He ran that way, toward the old ruins.
Which way? I didn't see him point. Right, let me make sure I'm on the correct quest.
Nothing exciting.
Alright, I need to go this way. I don't see any acid.
He almost knocked me over. How rude.
Where is the trail of acid? I think maybe because I'm taking more quests, it's suppressing the acid trail. Oh, there it is. Maybe it's leading this way, though? Quest marker is saying to go this way. Alright, I'm gonna try going this way, see if we see more acid over here. This is totally not how this is supposed to work. Maybe I can try again. Maybe we'll see the acid this time. Okay, so there's the acid. Here's more. Alright, now we can see it.
He attacked this legionnaire and ran into the ruins of the old city.
Alright, here we go. That was very confusing. I'm not sure what I did wrong there. I know the first time I played through that, it worked perfectly. It just followed the trail of acid and we ended up here. So So I did something wrong, went the wrong way, or maybe because we had multiple quests. Here's more acid. Whoa! Oh, I thought there were 4 of them, but those are dead. Keep respawning. Alright, we found a hidden chamber. Letter from Astara. Elam, the ruins within Blood Run Cave were gutted long ago, turned into a charnel pit by the local villages. However, the sanctuary itself remains pristine. The cave's reputation as a place of untold danger clearly persists. This will serve us well. Fighting through the cave itself may take some doing, but the door is located far back within the ruins. It is a long trek, be warned. If we intend to reopen this sanctuary, you must clear it out. I leave the details to you. And remember, death, my brother. That's the key. Matron Astara.
You're persistent, I'll give you that. All right, let's chat.
We got a lot of players doing the story at the same time. Well, just 2 of them and then 2 companions.
Do you make it a habit to read other people's mail? That letter is personal and private, full of sensitive information.
The letter talks about opening a Dark Brotherhood sanctuary in Blood Run Cave.
Well, aren't you a fast reader? If you chased after me because of something Counciler Vandacia told you, well, he lied. If the Dark Brotherhood sets out to kill you, you're dead. We don't make mistakes. We don't fail. Not ever.
We found evidence beside numerous murder victims, members of the Elder Council that you killed.
I haven't killed anyone. Not recently, anyway. And if you're talking about our calling card, anyone can dip their palm in black ink and slap it on a sheet of parchment. Look, we received no contracts. I'm here on different business entirely.
Who would want to blame the Dark Brotherhood for these murders?
Good question. If you figure it out, let me know. I certainly owe someone for the bruises the Councilor's guards gave me. Now, as much fun as this has been, I really do need to get back to my daring escape. Best of luck with your mystery.
If you really are innocent, come back to the courthouse with me.
Tempting, but no. I detest so-called places of justice.
He got away. I'm gonna loot all his stuff. Because he left it behind. What's this? Drink? You know what? Let's hotbar this. What drink did I get? Still looks the same. We got tomato soup, pumpkin puree, lotus tea. None of that stuff is very useful. Go tonic is a little useful, but not by much. Oh, I don't want to do that. I think there's another... Oh, no! I can't get through it now? Alright, I'm gonna have to go back out the way I came. Alright, still on the same quest.
So, the mercenary from Leowin has returned. Tell me, were you able to capture the assassin? Or perhaps you killed him in battle once you caught up to him? I am eager to hear the news.
I wasn't able to apprehend the Dark Brotherhood agent, but I recovered this letter.
Allow me to peruse the document, if you will. Aha. Proof positive that the Dark Brotherhood is in Blackwood. We must find this sanctuary and destroy it.
The Dark Brotherhood agent denied his organization's involvement. He said he never attacked you.
What did you expect? Such lies fall from his lips like rain from the sky on a stormy day. Villains never freely admit their guilt. The evidence is right here in this letter. Meet me in Leowin and we'll share this information with Leviticus.
Where's Governor Keshu? Shouldn't you have some more guards?
What? Oh, my personal guard are nearby, and these legionnaires are sufficient. You need not be concerned. As for Keshu, she had business to attend to. Gideon business. I saw no reason to distract her from her regular duties. Now, to Leowin.
Yeah, this guy's acting very suspicious. I got a little confused. Is that a player? No, that's a legionnaire. I confused him for Keshu, but obviously he's not Keshu. She's a girl. Nope, not gonna steal. Alright, so we need to warn Counciler Valeria. She is... where? All the way over here. So that's far away. For now, after we warn her, we need to go back to Leowin. But for now, I want to help this guy right here, Faric Gemain, with his problem. Trying to clear his grandmother's name. Let's see here. Okay, so I just need to go back the way I came. It's the Temple of Dibella.
Well,
These books here? Books? Yeah. Alright, that increased my enchanting. That's why I always look at every bookcase. Because you never know. Just unlocked the enchanting skill line. And increased it.
So, this is the Dibellasium. Just what I expected. Look at this place. These Dibellites fancy themselves free-spirited bards blown by the wind. They've got enough gold to make Zenithar blush. Doesn't matter. This is where we'll find our answers.
What do you imagine we'll find here after all these years?
I don't know yet. I just know we have to look. Take this. It's a rare bit of magic called a memory stone. Grana Cerise gave it to Grandpa Lier the night before she supposedly murdered Priestess Rolain and fled. Maybe it'll show us something.
What's a memory stone?
I'm a carpenter, not a mage. But according to this dark elf I showed it to, the mushroom wizards up in Morrowind use them to store their memories. The catch is, you have to stand where the memories occurred to wake up the magic in the stone.
If you ever play the Morrowind chapter of ESO, there's actually another adventure where you use one of these memory stones. So you believe that if this memory stone holds memories made here, it will activate?
Aye, that's the hope. I know we face long odds on this. Magic stones and lost memories sound like storybook nonsense, but it's really all I've got to go on. How about we start our search on the ground floor?
Can you give me the details of the crime again?
Like I said, the victim was one of the Dibellites' high priests, a woman named Rolain. This was 60 years ago, mind. But my grandfather tells me the locals worshipped the ground she walked on. Thought she was a prophet, or something near to it.
And the people blamed your grandmother for her death?
Aye. My Grana Cerise was Rolain's flower bearer. Followed her everywhere she went. When a heap of treasure went missing and Rolain vanished, Grana was the prime suspect. No one could prove it, of course, since they never found her.
Your grandmother disappeared?
Like wood smoke in a windstorm. And without breathing a word to my Grandpa Lier.
Oh, you know what? He's just repeating
Wait,
what
Grandpa
we've
tells
already
it?
read.
Neither of them would so much
Okay.
as...
All right. Sorry if I played that earlier. I'd forgotten that part of the dialogue. Right, so it says we need to explore the ground floor.
Look! The stone flashed! Did you see it? Try to use it. Something's happening. Is that... It's a memory! Who is that? Laura's mercy! By the 8, what was that? A murder? Someone recorded a murder in that stone? Why would anyone do that? Wait. Could this be related to the disappearances Grandpa Lier told me about?
Disappearances?
Aye. The way Grandpa Lier tells it, in the weeks before Rolain vanished, a handful of novitiates went missing. None of them were popular enough to raise an outcry. People said they must have just left, trying to get out from under Rolain's shadow.
You said your grandmother was Rolain's assistant. Did she know these novitiates?
Grana Cerise helped all the novitiates. Cleaning linens, tending to flowers, arranging sheet music. She knew everyone. These people probably would have pinned the disappearances on her too. But the story took a dark turn after Rolain's murder.
Dark turn? What do you mean?
The Debellites decided it must have been a conspiracy. The missing novitiates were all in on the plot. Now we see the truth of it. Can't be sure, but whoever murdered those novitiates might have murdered Rolain too. We should keep investigating.
All right, let's see if the stone resonates anywhere else in the Dibulacium.
Another flash. Try the stone now. Not another one. It preserved me. It's so real.
Okay. Thought maybe I was going to talk to him again, but doesn't look like it.
It's our killer again. What's he doing? Gods, what is that? Magic? Did you see those gestures? Can you repeat them?
I'll try.
Mara's mercy!
Well, I did it wrong. I did it to the wrong wall, but it still worked anyway.
Skeletons! Are those the murdered novitiates? I think I might... Come on, Faric. Keep it together.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't puke right here. That's gross. That must be the dagger she killed him with. Ledger of Souls. Fellow members of the Waking Flame, I have acquired 3 new souls for the Ideal Masters. Alas, I have exhausted my supply of black soul gems. I will need to acquire more gems if our relationship with the Ideal Masters is to bear fruit. For bookkeeping purposes, I have acquired the following souls: Novitiate Clara Astier, Novitiate Ariel Effine, Novitiate Edgar Gain. Even now, rumors of the novitiate's perfidy are circulating through Gideon. The souls I acquired were dissatisfied with their lives and removed coins from the Dibulacium's treasury. A simple deception, but the ignorant citizens of Gideon will swallow it quite easily. The harvest will continue, you have my word. For the Waking Flame. Crude map, a rough, hand-drawn map with an X located in the marshes east of Gideon.
Find anything? What have you got there? A letter? Here, let me have a look at it. Oh, and can I have my stone back? I think I've had my fill of grisly memories for now.
Sure, it looks like a ledger.
Clara, Ariel, Edgard. Yes, these were the novitiates. This should bring their... It wasn't enough that the
I cut him off, sorry.
It wasn't enough that the murderer killed the novitiates. She had to steal their souls, too? How would someone even do that?
The person who wrote the ledger mentioned black soul gems.
Huh. I've heard of soul gems before, but not black soul gems. I thought mages just used them on rabbits and goblins and such. These black ones can suck up the souls of men and mer? It preserve us. The ledger said the killer traded them, right?
Yes, or they intended to a group of mages called the Ideal Masters.
Never heard of them. But then again, honest carpenters like me don't do much business with soul-stealing wizards. It's all academic anyway. There's no way of knowing if the trade even took place. Unless that map you found contains a clue.
It points to a location in the swamps, far east of Gideon.
I never told you how Priestess Rowlene died, did I? She left to visit Leowyn in her carriage, along with her flower bearer Cerise, my grandmother. They never arrived. Maybe this map shows where they went. Let's see where it leads, eh?
If no one ever recovered Priestess Rowlane's body, how was your grandmother convicted of her murder?
Grandpa said there'd been talk about how Grana Cerise and the other junior priestesses of Dibella were greedy. When news came that Priestess Rowlene had been murdered, none questioned they'd killed her. Instead, they burned Grandpa Lierre's home.
They had no one to blame for the murder and needed a scapegoat.
I don't see how it could be anything else. Sadly, I imagine the angry people who burned down our home and chased Grandpa Lierre away are dead now, so they're beyond justice. Yet we can still clear my grandmother's name. We must, for Grandpa Lierre.
Who are these Ideal Masters?
You're asking me? I figured you'd know. Whoever they are, I guess they like souls? The ledger said that the killer was bringing black soul gems to trade for a reward of some sort. Maybe they're part of the Waking Flame cult the killer mentioned?
Perhaps. I've never heard of the Waking Flame cult.
I wouldn't expect you to know about them. How many local cults are you familiar with?
Pretty much none.
You seem so calm about all of this. So, these Waking Flame folks are still around? If our killer was one of them, that means they've been in Gideon for decades.
Maybe they're the ones that stirred up the threats against you, to keep you off the scent.
By the 8, I hope not. I can't imagine how horrifying it would be to die, but not die. To be trapped forever in one of those black soul gems. Just thinking about it makes me feel like I want to vomit. I'm so glad I have you to protect me.
Alright. Let's go east of Gideon. Find what happened. Another invisible wall. Still want to do that other quest before we leave Gideon, but I'm going to forget about it right now. Just going to try to exit this map area here so I can see the whole map. Okay, so we need to go here. I wonder if that alien well will finally let me activate it now. Looks like it's working. Alright, great. There must be some kind of timer. You can only activate one at a time. There's a cooldown on it or something like that. Either that or I had lost connection, and maybe that's why I couldn't use it. Trying to get my stamina back.
Look, there in the water. Could that be it? See what you can find.
Waterlogged chest. A trio of muddy black soul gems. A skeleton. Floral signet. Even caked with muck, this ring is stunning. The hoop features jeweled flowers encircling a woman's face.
I'm afraid to ask, but I've got to. What did you find?
I found this ring on the skeleton's finger. Do you recognize it?
Let me see. Yes, I've seen that seal too many times. See the flowers encircling the face? It's a symbol of Dibella. This is a High Priestess's signet ring. It can't be a coincidence. That skeleton is Priestess Rolain. We found her.
I also found black soul gems in the chest. 3 of them.
So Priestess Rolain was transporting those? Why? Did Grana Cerise know about it? They left town together and vanished together. My grandmother's skeleton isn't here, so... By the 8. Could Priestess Rolain be the killer?
If she's the killer, why is she dead and why is your grandmother missing?
Do you think... No, it couldn't have been Grana. She wasn't in Gideon when the novitiates were killed. The priestess had access to the treasury, had the ear of the people. It all makes sense, except how she died. We just... Wait. Look there!
What?
You should say hello, right? I'm right behind you.
Well, he said he was right behind me, but he didn't show up. And there's his grandmother, looks like. Cerise's farewell note. Lier, love of my life, I pray you find this one day. It seems I will never return to Gideon. Priestess Rolain mortally wounded me, and our carriage went off a cliff into the lake. It sunk out of sight, taking a chest and that treacherous priestess, tangled in the reins, along with it. It also left me with a broken leg. I'm afraid this is the end for me. Rolain struck me with some sort of spell. I can feel it gnawing away at me, but people must know the truth. So, my dearest, this is both a testimony and a farewell. I hope you will forgive me. I recently learned that Priestess Rolain and half the constables in Gideon are part of a secretive cult called the Waking Flame. Rolain has been murdering people and stealing their souls, perhaps for years now. She even keeps memories of the murders in an ensorcelled stone so she can relive her sick game whenever she pleases. She was deranged, Lier, and many of the novitiates paid the price for her madness. Last night, I learned Rolain planned to trade the souls she captured to a group of necromancers called the Ideal Masters. I had hoped to find some other way to stop her, but I had to act quickly. The novitiates were our friends, and there simply wasn't time to do this any other way. I'm sorry I didn't tell you what I learned, but I was afraid they'd come after you. Now that Priestess Rolain is dead, I want you to bring the Memory Stone and this sworn testimony to the constabulary in Leowin. We must expose the Waking Flame before they murder anyone else. I love you so much. We'll see each other again one day, my love. Dibella bless you. Your loving wife, Cerise. Muddy cameo. Despite years of neglect, the face on this cameo remains quite beautiful.
That's Grana Cerise, isn't it?
It is.
She's been here in this cave all this time. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm sure uncovering murderous cults and meeting her grandmother's ghost is run-of-the-mill fodder for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
For me, this is a bit much to take.
I understand.
I guess there was something to those dreams after all.
Dreams? What dreams?
I know. I should have told you from the start, but I didn't want to scare you off thinking I was crazy or something. It started a month or so ago. A ghostly young woman rouses me from my bed every night and stares at me. Like she wants something.
And you think it's your grandmother?
I know it is. She just stared us both in the face and guided us to her remains, right? But what now? She put an end to Rolaine's plot, but no one will believe me. The Gemains will keep getting stepped on. They'll say I faked the whole thing.
Maybe I could deliver the news to someone other than the Debellites.
That might actually work. Keshu the Black Fin and her Argonians couldn't give two croaks about Dibella and her flock. Keshu's war mage, Fire from Nowhere, knows local history. He might just listen. Grana Cerise gave us the proof. Let's use it.
All right, let's go speak with Fire from Nowhere, then. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Alright, I'm just gonna teleport straight into Gideon. Cost me a little bit of gold, but it'll save me some time.
No sign? Good. Carry on. Son's greetings, Biko. Your friend's eyes seem gray with worry. What troubles you both?
This is Faric Gemain. We've been investigating the murder of Priestess Rolaine.
Rolaine. Ah, yes, the prophet woman these smooth skins mourn. She's been dead for a very long time, but still they cry. It is very strange. But that is the Imperial way, I guess. What did you discover? Something to quiet their hearts, I hope.
Not exactly. I have evidence that proves Priestess Rolaine was a necromancer and serial killer.
Well then, that is not what I expected you to say.
Yeah.
If this is true, there will be a great wailing in the Dibelosium. Disbelief also. They curse the woman Faric Gemain, and all who hatch from her clutch. Your proof must be hard as stone.
It is. Cerise did kill Rolaine, but only to save others. Faric holds all the proof you'll need.
I can tell you speak the truth.
Yep.
In the name of Keshu, I claim the Breton Faric Gemain as my charge. I place my hand upon the hist and swear no harm will befall him here. And the truth of this will come to light no matter how grim.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank the Eight for Fire from Nowhere. And for you. I never could have accomplished this without your help. I can't believe it's over. These zealots will finally know the truth.
What will you do now?
I guess I'll stay in Gideon until we put this matter to rest for good. I want to see these people's faces when they come to terms with what really happened. Then, it's back to Bravo in my woodshop. Sooner the better. Thanks, hero. For everything.
Alright, we're getting Faric's finest staff of frigidity. It's a frost staff. This might be useful as a back bar item once we hit level 15. Probably not, it's too low level. But I'm going to hang on to it anyway.
If I didn't trust Keshu and her Argonians to protect me, I'd flee right now. I'm sure there are plenty of people in Gideon who will want me dead for what I know. But I'm staying. Grana Cerise was a hero, and I won't let her down.
How are you feeling now that you know the truth?
Relieved? Honestly, I started all this to get the people of Cyrodiil off my family's back, and to get a full night's sleep. Not exactly selfish, but not a righteous crusade either, you know? But now that I know what Grana went through...
It's more personal?
Aye, and sadder. But we sorted it right.
We did.
Spirits at rest, remains recovered, souls returned. I hope. This is as happy an ending as we could hope for, given the circumstances. Just makes me damn glad I'm a carpenter and not a full-time adventurer.
Alright, we hit level 8. Let's get a blacksmith's crafting crate since we're playing a tank. we'll get rebate. You restore 150 magicka or stamina. Wait, maybe we can morph unstable clan fear. Looks like maybe we can morph this. Let's try this. We can morph it to unstable clan fear instead of the current one, which is unstable familiar. The new effect is that once summoned, you can activate the clan fear's special ability to heal you and the clan fear. The clan fear's basic attacks now scale off your weapon damage and stamina. So this is the advised morph for a tank. I'm not sure if I've explained morphing before, but once you level an ability to level 4, and then you fill the experience bar again, then you can morph it into a higher level ability. So that's what we're doing now. So a completely different pet we've got now. Let's activate its ability. Oh, it now heals me instead of doing damage. Or maybe it also does damage? Okay, so it no longer does the AoE attack that it used to do. Now it heals me, which will probably be very useful once we start doing dungeons. Okay, that's going to be the end of this video. In the next episode, we will go do this one. We'll go to the city gardens and try to help this romance author. And then, remember, we've still got to go here and warn Counciler Valeria about the Dark Brotherhood trying to kill her. Then after that, we'll go back to Leowin. And at that point, maybe we can start to deconstruct some gear, sell some stuff, and clean out our inventory, because it's halfway full now. Let me check this. Okay, we got some iron nuggets, or iron ingots and nickel. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.